was allegedly attacked in the middle school because of a breach in security. What would you do to ensure the safety of staff and students?
It's funny that I'm asked this question. I was actually interviewed right here by News 12 concerning that matter. I don't know, maybe some of you saw me.
No, I'm sorry.
Well,
I saw you.
it happened. But to address the question, school safety as a dean of students, is what I do, for a profession. School safety isn't just having, contacts with police and contacts with law enforcement in order to position ourselves so when it happens, we're ready to strike. You have to have a strategy in order to kind of embrace the community you're dealing with. There is no community where everybody is perfect and sane and going to act rationally. But in reality, 90% or 99% of people are rational. If they are part of the system, they have ways of, if they have a complaint, in order to engage the system and say, hey, I'm worried about this, or I believe my child was struck, or I believe my child is being bullied, you lessen the amount of these criminal acts, because that's what that was. That was a criminal act. But on the other subject there, I've heard many of the panels say that you get what you pay for. That's true. We have the largest budget in Nassau County as far as the villages are concerned. We're not getting what we pay for. We're not at the top. We're not in the middle. I'm not coming up with these statistics. We are where we are. We are not getting what we pay for. We have to open up to bidding, not just for attorneys, but maybe for school safety. Let's get that, competitive drive so we can lower some of these costs. The taxpayers don't want to be paying and not receiving services.
That wasn't a question. Yeah, I think you meant the quiz time, the whole time.
I hope I answered.
Okay. I'm sorry. Thank you, Mr. Thepnot. Mr. Spencer.
Okay, when it comes to, when it comes to security, for the last 20 years I've been doing security, high-profile security. I guarded $100 million in diamonds. I work with everybody from Stevie Wonder to Naomi Campbell to Bo Diddley. It's all about pre-planning. And I think we have a good security staff. They just need a little extra training. Sometimes we get lax in our ways and we forget what we were there. We all need to start and say, where does security start at? Security starts at the outermost gates. So we have security right around the parking lots. That's where security starts. Anybody coming in to this fortress, because it should become a fortress from the time the children get here. They should have to show some type of ID. They should have to know where they're going, whom they're going to speak with.
Okay.
And that message should be relayed to the security guard at the physical door. From that door, it should be relayed to wherever they're supposed to go. If they're going to the 3rd floor, that security guard on the 3rd floor should know that they're on their way. It's all about pre-planning, and it's definitely something that needs to be looked into. And I think together as a community, we could help them, because we have retired police officers, retired correction officers. So if you got something to bring to the table, bring it. You'll be heard. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Jackson.
I totally agree. When I go into schools, security is very good. I mean, you go in there, you have to have your driver's license. They take your driver's license. Most of the time they will keep it until you leave. You can't, then you have to report to the principal's office. So there's procedures that are in place and they are followed. Again, when you don't follow what you already have in place, that's where the problem begins. So follow what you have in place, make sure that everybody follows the procedures that are in place, and things should work out well. You cannot just walk up. You kind of like wonder, where was this person? How did this person just get upstairs? I mean, it's like people are still not doing their jobs. You pay them to do a job and they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Again, that whole issue of accountability. They must be accountable for the job that we are paying them to do.
Thank you. Ms. Bates, Ms. Custard?
Again, this is a day-to-day operation situation here, and there are people in place, there are procedures in place, and we as a people have to be more community-oriented. That lady didn't just walk past security, a principal, a dean, you know, other teachers, other TAs, but she walked past a lot of people, you know what I mean? And so we all have to be concerned about the safety of each other.
That's right.
And there are policies and procedures in place, and we do have to kind of stick to those things. But again, for the board to sit here, none of us, we were all at work ourselves, you know? I mean, we have a limited amount that we can do with something that is a part of your day-to-day operation.
Thank you. Ms. Rice?
I would say someone got to the top of the Freedom Tower, okay? We are all human. Things happen, but we learn from error. And so I'm not going to say that our security staff are incompetent. I would not say that. I will say that I think that we hired Mr. Hartwick. He comes with the experience. Military policeman. He ran a village. He's worked for the county, Nassau County. He ran the Park and Recreation Department as a commissioner. And so whatever people feel about him, that's your personal opinion. But I think that, excuse me, the question was, I'm making a comment.
Thank you, Ms. Rice. Continue.
We are saying about the breach of security. We had a meeting at the middle school about what happened. He came in on his second day and gave a PTSA. We hosted about what happened at the middle school. And he came in and gave a detailed meeting on what he is going to do with the security staff. They actually had a training recently. And so I say to anyone, we have to come together as a community and stop with the negativity already when someone comes in, because we don't like a person, and start saying, let's see if this is going to work, and let's protect our children. And let's stop with judgment, and let's do better with one another, like Ms. Brady said. We have to protect our children. And I believe that they made a good decision.
Thank you. Dr. Gates?
Bottom line is that we're all sitting here tonight and grateful that it wasn't worse.
Yes, I agree.
Because it could have been worse. And where there's smoke, there's fire. And at the end of the day, somebody was not doing their job. Whether you like them, whether you know them, whether you're friends with them, somebody dropped the ball.
Okay.
There is no way she should have gotten through those doors,
That's true.
past 5, 6 other persons, and made her way to a classroom. Absolutely not.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, the only people we see right now being held accountable for it is the parent and her niece. What happened to the guard that was on the door? What happened to the guard that was in the hallway?
All right,
What
come on.
happened to the guard that was down the hallway by the classroom?
All right.
At the end of the day,
Come on.
if we're talking about terrorism at an all-time high in our country and in our state, you were put there to do your job. Stay on your post until you're relieved and someone else comes.
Thank you, sir.
Bottom line.
It's impossible to separate security, safety from accountability, from respect. And one of the things that we are suffering here in the district is the lack of respect, the lack of training. We are having security. It's easy to blame on the security who was at the door. Yes, they were not doing the job. Do we have enough securities? Do we retrain them? Do we hold them accountable for the job they are supposed to be doing and they are not doing? Are we doing the right choice, hiring a security head, when we even didn't see his credentials? One thing is that they tell us what credentials they are, but we didn't see them. We, the board, are responsible for who is working there, like it or not. We are the ones who approve every single hiring. We should be the ones who approve or disapprove the training. We need retraining. We need support. We need respect as workers. There are securities that they are claiming that they are the other securities, they don't respect them. They are hiring people when there is the turn for one who is here as a part-time to go into a full-time position. How we are going to having that person perform when he was young to benefit somebody from outside to get the full-time position. There are little details that they are making the situation even worse than it is. But we have to start implementing the word respect attached with security.
Sorry, okay, I'm sorry.